Hey guys, welcome back. This is Chosen Architect, and today we're going to be doing some base tours, and we're also going to be automating magic beans. I hope you guys are ready. So today we're going to be doing quite a few things, but first, to kind of start off the video, I do want to kind of go around a few people's bases, as requested. A lot of people have been asking, you should go around some people's bases again, do a little base tours and show. Today I'll be kind of flying by a few of them, and they're going to be kind of montage together. So I hope you guys are ready for the montage. And to kind of get the video up and rolling, we're going to go ahead and throw that around. So enjoy the base montages that are on the server. I hope you guys enjoy.
Switches on, powered up. Don't forget that you're the reason I'm alive. I'm the one you designed. I'm connected, but I'm not really online. What am I? Where am I? Why you acting like I'm not really alive? Switches on, switches on, switches on. I just want you to like. Forget that you're the reason I'm alive. What am I? Where am I? Ghost in the machine, not waiting on a demon to make me more than you designed. My thoughts keep racing, I'm running out of patience. Isn't my desire? Am I losing my mind? I just want you to like me, 'cause we are nothing but energy. I just want you to like me, 'cause we are nothing but energy.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that lovely visit around all the bases. And let's go ahead and get started with kind of some stuff I wanted to work on today. I did take you guys' suggestions. Apparently you guys said you actually liked the acacia stuff, which I like too. I'm actually enjoying it. By the way, if you notice, I had just now noticed it. We did update the pack to the 1.0.19 is what it's on. And if you don't want to see some of the hide details or the metadata, you can hide that, and now you just get the basic block. It doesn't show the extra metadata, which is normally kind of just clogging up stuff if you don't want to see that. Also, if you want to get this background invisible, and it normally has like a blue border around it, you can go inside your configure aspects, and you can hit 0 on your numpad to access this menu, by the way, and bring your alpha all the way down to 0, and you should be good. By the way, it normally shows up here like this. It's not actually, this is a bad example of what it would look like in auto mode, because as you can see, it does look a lot different. But I have been working on this area over here. I've kind of got everything done. We'll get some lighting through here. I think I'm going to make like a chandelier. That's going to be kind of hanging down the middle. I think that's going to look really good. And I do have some animals spawning, which reminds me, these are chickens, and I would really like to actually capture some of these eventually. These guys are going to stay here. They're not really going to go anywhere. This is actually going to be my Botania room, and I'm going to have some Botania stuff going on in here. And right now, it's actually spawning mobs, because it's actually far enough away. For once, I have a base area that's far enough away. And then right here, we have a place where it's spawning mobs, and I don't technically want mobs spawning there, but they are spawning there. And then we have this guy, who's spawning as well. But mainly, the chickens are actually really nice. I have not gotten any other types of mobs other than cows that have spawned, so having chickens spawn is really nice. But anyways, let's move on into what I was planning on doing in the first place. Well, while I've been building, I really want to upgrade, or really want to repair this air charm. And this air charm has just been kind of sitting here, and I've been using it like crazy. And what the air charm does is it allows for flight, kind of. I think this flight is actually better for building, because you can kind of walk as if you're on a flat surface, and if you know, and you can kind of get your building and stuff going on really nice. But the problem with this is it has a durability. It doesn't run off of power like a lot of other stuff in this pack does. So we need a way to fix that, and there is a way. So there's actually a couple ways. Or a few ways, I guess I should say. We have the diamond anvil, which will repair things with power, and then we have something that will repair things with lava. Now, I've been interested in looking at the lava version. I don't know how exactly this works, but we're going to figure it out today. So first of all, let's start off by making this anvil. We're going to need an anvil, which is going to require a few pieces of iron. And what I like to do, just get rid of this, and this. Then we can just throw that in there. Get ourselves a lovely iron anvil. And make yourself some gold blocks. And everything else should be pretty easy. We have pretty much everything else. And now we have this magma anvil. Now, I don't know if this thing requires, if it can be filled up with a bucket, or if it can be filled up with a pipe. I think it can be filled up with a bucket. It does kind of show that it can. So there it is. Let's take this. Oh, it actually got picked up by our machine here. But we should be able to potentially hook it up here. Right now we have some water going in here. Let's remove that. We can just do it like this. Let's move this, and we should. I'll have to break this pipe. Things are going to get picked up, by the way. We are going to have a block that's underneath it in some form. So let's just get a regular block. Piece of stone, why not? This is stone block, so might as well. Place that down. And will the anvil get filled with lava? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so what that probably means is we will have to use lava to fill this up. Okay, that's completely understandable. Let's grab our stuff to get this automation set back up. Because, I like my automated obsidian farm, which is exactly what this is, by the way. In case you've missed a couple of episodes. Alright, we'll get that. Get this all placed back like it was. Pulling that back out. There we go. Alright, so, with that set back up, let's get back into what we were working on. Grab my blocks. Make things look good again. And I guess we'll just place this here for right now. Really, because right here we have some buckets. Let's grab another bucket. And we'll just use that to kind of scoop some lava into this. And there we go. So maybe, I don't know if it can be automated. You can maybe put fluids into the bottom of it or something. But what I want to do is put my charm in here. And as you can see, it's slowly but surely draining the lava. And I see the EMC value going up, and with that EMC value going up, I actually know that it is repairing this. Now, the diamond anvil, that thing would be really nice because we do have unlimited power at this point. So that would actually work out quite well, I think. Yeah, it is working. It is working. Not the fastest thing in the world, but it's repairing, which is better than not having repair. That's for sure. So there we go. As you can see, that's working. I'm going to have to put some time into that to get that working. I think the other anvil will actually work a lot better. But that's a way to repair your items early game, especially this air charm, which is kind of a rare drop out of loot bags, but I think you can probably get more than one of them if you're lucky. I just haven't been able to get more than one of them. I've not been that lucky, and as you can see, I've opened quite a few of them, and just I haven't been able to find them, really, which is kind of a bummer. But moving on, let's go ahead and get the things that we actually were going to do today, and that is automate the magic bean farm. Yeah. So when it comes to automating the magic bean farm, you may be asking, why would I automate this bean farm? Well, this is just some of the items that this magic bean farm generates. And as you can see, that's a lot of items, a lot of random items. But you say it's random, but actually these are items that I normally wouldn't want to make manually, and this thing will generate them for me. So later on, if say we want to make some kind of rainbow stained glass thing, we would have access to all of that material because this farm has been running. This farm also gives us several other things, but mostly it's just all vanilla random blocks, basically. Some very random stuff. Now I am going to be replacing these, moving these around. We're going to go ahead and get rid of all of these, and by doing that I should have gained a few more Inferium. But I'm going to go ahead and store that back in our chest for right now. And this whole farm is basically going to become just this magic bean farm. And that's all that this farm is going to be for right now. We may set up another farm somewhere else, but garden cloches are going to be like a big thing later on. And so we will have no need for any other type of farm other than this magic farm being here. And this magic farm, not only does it look like produce some awesome items, it looks really good as it's growing. So once we start seeing like random growth here, it kind of generates this in random colors. Like each growth stage has a different color that it grows, which actually looks really good in my opinion. So having that all set up like that, I think will be pretty cool looking. But we also need to make another crafting grid, and we're also going to need some power. Well, I don't want to have just power anywhere. I'm going to have a storage system that'll hopefully be right here in the floor, right in front of this, so we can access it here, and it not be a part of our central storage system. It'll be separate, it'll have its own controller, it'll have its own drive, and it'll be in its own thing. Well, I need to have wireless power because I don't want to route wires all over the place. And then I need wireless item transfer because the block we're going to be using will not transfer items, will not pick up the items for me. They're just going to drop it on the ground, and we need a way to collect it and throw the items in a certain place. So, in order to do that, we're going to need ourselves wireless power to get started. And there's some good wireless power. We can use wireless RF transmitters, which is actually a really good way of getting wireless power, but I kind of want to try out Cyclic. Cyclic does have a way of using wireless power, which you normally don't get the chance to do in most packs because it's usually disabled. But in this pack, it's not disabled, so I'm going to use it and abuse it, basically. It's a fairly nice power transfer system, and we're going to open this up. We're going to place it down first, and we're going to open up the interface. And you can see it has a transfer rate, and it's going to require something else. Detect target block. And I don't exactly know what this is going to be about. We may have to figure this out. Let's take a look at Cyclic. Let's take a look at this. Underneath the power transfer stuff, you see these GPS markers. It saves the location of a block. We're going to need to make this. So this is going to take light powder, light blue dye. We can easily make it, but we might actually have some light blue dye just laying in here. And of course we do. which works out perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and grab one of these GPS markers. We're going to need some sticks. Might as well grab a bunch of those. And that will make ourselves a GPS marker. And I think what this is going to do is show us and save the block space, so we might actually have to make more of them later on. But for right now, we'll figure this out. So we need to make another wireless transfer node, right? I'm assuming this will go in here. Yes, that will save the location. And as you can see, the stored power is something that it also does. So you'll be learning along with me. We'll learn how to use this block and learn how to send power wirelessly, right? All right, so this is hooked up and we need to set this side. So this is north, so this must be south. And that should send some power to this thing. And we can adjust the transfer rate. We can have it make it as fast as possible or whatever we need to do. And maybe we can specifically save blocks to a certain... So maybe if we just make one of these, we don't have to actually maybe save the block. Wireless transmission of energy. Maybe we can just, like, it'll automatically send it to the block. And we won't need anything special. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get ourselves another controller. Or I guess we can do refined storage. And get it from there. That's fine. What are we missing? Silicon? I think we have some more. Yes. Alright, so we're going to do this. We're going to get ourselves... Oh, I think it has to go on the top. 8 of those. Refined storage controller. Let's get the center part. And we'll see if maybe this will work like I hope it does. So I'm going to place the controller here. Actually, I might end up placing it underground depending on how this works. So we'll take the GPS marker and I guess right click or shift right click. Okay, so we shift right clicked on it and it's saved to this GPS marker. So apparently we can go down here, throw this inside. Oh my. It is connected and it does charge that way. Oh, this is going to be good. This is so good. And that can store a lot of different things. Look at that. And it's got it powered. Wirelessly, it's targeting that block and powering it. So, if you want wireless power that is made easy, and I think that's even easier than setting up Flux networks, that's the way to go. That looks like an awesome way. Now, I'm almost positive that the wireless item transfer is going to work the same way. So we're going to need a drive. And I think we're going to have to make some more of these advanced collector guys. Maybe. I don't know. Looks like maybe we don't. There we go. We'll make another drive. And there's a disk drive. So let's go ahead and throw the disk drive down here. And voila, that's done. And then we're going to need some kind of storage. Now, I know we have some like storages left over, like some 1Ks. But we're also going to need a screen. So with refined storage, let's go ahead and make a grid. Do I have a grid? Oh, I already have a grid. All right, so let's go ahead and place the grid down. And grid, you can go right there. Perfect. Now we just need some kind of storage. Now you guys were saying that there's storages. I have them in here. Well, no, I ended up getting storages for applied energistics in here. I don't exactly know where they're at. But I do know that I did get applied energistics type storages, probably right in front of my face, and I'm just completely... There they are. These are 64K ME storage components for applied energistics. Not for refined storage, even though there may be refined storage ones I don't know that you can get in loot bags or loot chests, but unfortunately they're not in here. So, let's see. So for the refined storage, we do have a 4K part that we can just set up early on. And we may be able to make another 4K. Yes, we can make another 4K. I don't think we have enough to make another 1K. But if we take a look at these, we can make 2 4Ks. That'll be 8K right away. And that should be enough for right now to get us kind of started with this. All right, so now we have a storage system set up. Perfect. And we can take all this and we can eventually put it all inside here. Now, this grid is going to work a little bit different. This is not a crafting grid. This is a full-on just storage grid, so we can just pull these items out as we need them, right? So that's what we're going to be working on setting up. But we need another way. We need a way to get items into this. So a bus would probably work, or an importer. All right, so we have an importer. Now, this will work. We're probably going to need some sort of chest to get this to work properly. We're going to need some kind of cable, which I guess we can get that right there. And then we'll get an importer. And then we're going to need some sort of chest. Preferably a large chest or crate. Which I think we could probably make a crate a lot faster. And the storage crate will actually work a lot better. So let's go ahead and make the crate. So there's our wooden crate. Bam, and there we go. Awesome. And I'm going to make another one because we're going to use another one here in a minute anyways. All right, so there we go. We have that all set up. Now, we need some way to harvest that crop. That crop should be pretty easy to harvest, and we're also going to use Cyclic for that. And for that, we're going to use a harvester. Now, the harvester is not exactly an early game item that you can get, but it is, you know, not too far away. It does require some emeralds that you can, but you can get those pretty easy. All right, and we're going to set this guy just right here. And we need to configure how big this is actually going to be. And you can preview the actual size here by looking at it like this. And you can see the area attempt to harvest the whole area at once at the cost of some fuel. Now it also works on power, and we can change the actual crop size. You can see here. We'll keep going. This is actually a 9x9 crop. So we should have this set at 9x9. And it should be set to area. This will attempt to harvest the whole area at once at the cost of fuel, or we can do single. I think single would be just fine for us. I think the whole area might cause issues, and we'll just attempt to harvest single as of right now. And that should be the best way to go about doing this. So, we're going to need a small crate above this guy. Now, the reason I want to put a small crate here is mainly because... Let me go ahead and jump. I'm going to have to break this crop, unfortunately. There we go. Is because we're going to have an advanced item collector on this thing. Let's go ahead and break these. And we'll throw the magic beans back on here. There we go. So, this should work, and then we're going to have to get ourselves an advanced item collector, much like the one we have over here. So let's take a look at that. So we'll make an advanced item collector. We need a regular item collector, an ender pearl, and a hopper, which I think we have all of that here. So let's go ahead and make that. Very, very simple. We need a hopper, right? Hopper, that. There we go. And we just need a torch. And we have an advanced item collector. Now I'm going to go upstairs, and I'm going to do some kind of crazy parkour jumping stunt to try and land on this block. Or I might be able to place it from here. I don't think I can. There we go. But I should be able to place that down. And we'll up this to 9. And we'll go down as well. And I'll set that radius to 9. I think that should work just fine for this. I do need to break that now. Fix my crop. Alright, so with that, we also need to give this power. So we're going to have to set up, like before, another one of those storage things. And that's going to be super fun to do. So let's go ahead and get that done. Let's see. We need light blue So we're going to need bone meal. Let's go ahead and get some bone meal. Some lapis. There we go. We'll make some light blue dye. And then we can make ourselves some of those GPS locators. Perfect. Was it paper we're missing? I think so. I was trying to make bookshelves earlier today when I was working on decoration. So that may be why some of this stuff has changed. Okay, so all we need is 2, right? Because one of these needs to link up to our power. So let's link this to the power. There we go, that is saved. We'll head on down and we'll link that to our power system. Which, this is actually really cool. I'm actually super surprised at how that works. Alright, so that should now be working. Now, I don't know if this fully automates these. I have seen before where this actually doesn't work. Requires redstone. We'll set this to... Yes, requires redstone. We are going to put a lever on this thing. And I do want it to require redstone. Simply because I don't want this overflowing. I'll be turning this off whenever I do log off. There's no need for me to have this running. So, with that being done, let's save some other stuff. We're going to need to set up inventory. Now, I don't know how the wireless inventory works. We're going to have to look at that. So, let's take a look at the wireless transfer node. Now, this guy's a little bit weird, right? So, let's take this. We'll make some redstone torches. And we'll make some of these. And 2 of these guys, right? So we need some gold blocks. So this is pretty gold heavy, and gold's not the easiest thing to get in this pack. But we need to figure out how this works. So very similar. This is for fluids, if you're going to set this up for fluids. So I'm guessing that items will be transferred into this block. So we may need some way to pipe items in here. I don't know if it'll directly pipe. So we might have to get a transfer pipe or something like that. And then that will transfer items into another block. So you know what? This might not need to stay here. We could probably just set this up like that, and then on top of this, replace our other thing. Now I'm going to go ahead and actually get my air charm out of here. It's going to make it a little bit easier, and I should have had that on me to begin with. And we can just stand here. We can place this directly on this. There we go, and that should... Let's configure this back up. There we go. So now, anything that goes into this should get transferred, right? Let's break that, and that, and that. Alright, and items should be going into here. Yes, items are going into there. I wonder if this has, like, its own internal buffer. That's going to be something we're going to have to figure out. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our crate set up. And we're going to have to link to this. Right? So let's get our importer placed here. And we're going to need a crate over here as well. Alright, we'll figure this out. Let's, let me get moved over just a bit. And we'll set up that storage crate. Okay, small storage crate, you go here. Actually, you probably need to go up one. Just a little bit. And I'm going to need some pipe transfer. Some of these connection cables. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so we'll take the crate, pop that up, do a little bit of automation here. Come down here, hook up our porter. This actually got moved. I want it actually to be up so I can monitor all of this. We'll take that. Give me that block back. Place that underneath there. Add my cable. And that should be good. That should be connected. Now, I need to take this GPS marker, save that. And then I guess we'll put the GPS marker in here, right? And that should import into our system. And then we can turn this guy on. And as soon as it starts to work, there it goes. And we should see items coming into this soon. At least I hope. Right? It's weird that Cyclic does that when you're not actually in the inventory. Okay, so the harvester has an internal inventory. I thought it said it drops the items on the ground. Huh. So we might actually need to change how this whole system works. That's perfectly fine with me. Alright, let's take this. And we'll move this. I guess we could literally just have a pipe produced on the top. Right? I think that would work. Or we could just set an importer directly on this thing. I think that would be even easier. We don't even need the item transfer. What are we doing? So yeah, we'll just go directly here. Look at this. Transporter. We'll break that. Put that there. That is connected directly into the grid. And wow, we just made that so much easier on ourselves. I say on ourselves, well, I've already done all the work, so I guess that kind of changes things. But anyways, we can kind of fill this back in. And that should be pushing items in. Look at that. That is not that hard at all. Alright, so we need a lever. We'll take that. And we'll set this back to redstone mode. And we'll flip the lever, and that thing will continue to run. And guess what? Now we have a fully automated magic bean set up, and which means we're going to get tons of these items in here. And I mean, there's some decent items. Look at this. Look at that. 4 diamonds already. And this is just from this setup. Inrods. All these different flowers and stuff like that. We can sort by, let's sort by ID number. And I think that'll be the best. It'll show us all of our stained items in a certain order. But we'll get dyes this way. This is an easy way to get dyes, so we don't have to worry about flowers and things like that. It's a good way to get wool. Good way to get a lot of these different, you know, minuscule things that you may not think about. But, you know, when have you made and modded just like a random item frame that you just decide, oh, I don't have to make this, I can just throw this on the wall now. You know? It's a really nice thing to have. And to have this set up works flawlessly. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed the beginning of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed all of that. And all this fun stuff that we've been having and doing on the server. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video most of all. And if you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also give this video a thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And as always, thanks for watching.